From movies to theme parks to all sorts of merchandise, it's hard to escape Disney, and when you're a company as big as they are, you're bound to have some rumors circling around you. There's a lot of crazy stories about Disney that people have believed as truth for a long time, but that's about to end. We're debunking some of the biggest false Disney facts that people believe in our latest list. Enjoy the video, and be sure to subscribe to ScreenRant, and join the notification squad to stay up to date with everything we have to offer. Yeah! Here are 10 false Disney facts adults always thought were true.
And before we start, can you guess this movie from these emojis? Stay tuned for the answer at the end of our video.
The Magic Kingdom Space Mountain decapitated a rider. If you've been to Disney World, you've probably been on the Space Mountain ride, as it's as famous as it is fun. For years, a story has been circling about how a panicked guest stood up during a ride and was decapitated by a low-hanging metal bar. Thankfully, this is merely an urban legend, most likely created by adults to try to keep their kids from standing up. Even then, the ride has passengers pretty securely strapped in, so it'd be very difficult for a rider to stand up. While this is a crazy story that would definitely add a dangerous allure to the famed ride, we are happy that no one actually got hurt. Walt Disney's fortune. This is a very strange rumor surrounding Walt Disney's remaining fortune, and although it has many variations, they all boil down to one idea. Walt Disney left a large sum of money to the first man to become pregnant. Some people have claimed that the sum would be $10 million, while others have suggested that it was the entire Disney estate. If this sounds too crazy to be true, that's probably because it is.
We have all the information we need. Thank you.
As Disney's will and testament has been well documented online and makes no mention of a prize for a pregnant man. The breakdown of the will indicates that his enormous fortune is to be divided between his family and the charities that Disney funds. The Little Mermaid. For years, the internet has been up in arms about the wedding scene from The Little Mermaid, as they claim that the minister is sporting a visible erection. This rumor got so out of hand that one woman even sued Disney due to the emotional trauma she incurred from the experience. All of this commotion is actually just nonsense, as if you look carefully, the offensive bulge is actually just the minister's knees protruding through his cloak. We can understand how this image could cause some confusion, but it's not the dirty moment that people have been claiming it is. Just to be safe, Disney re-edited the scene to cut out the controversial bulge and put a stop to all the false rumors. Cinderella's castle can be dismantled if a hurricane is approaching. This rumor is a strange one, as it is believed by many that in the event of a major hurricane, the Magic Kingdom's iconic Cinderella Castle can be quickly broken down and safely stored away. We don't really know why this story exists, as dismantling the iconic Cinderella Castle would be a major operation and could not be neatly taken down in an emergency. The castle took 18 months to construct and is made up of an enormous amount of steel and concrete that would definitely not come down easily. While it's nice to think that this castle would be preserved under any circumstances, there's no way it could be quickly disassembled like an IKEA bookcase.
Reach for the sky!
Toy Story characters. One of the best parts of going to the Disney parks is getting to see all your favorite characters in real life. There's actually a rumor that if you yell "Andy's coming" at Toy Story characters at Walt Disney World, they will stop what they're doing and lie flat on the ground, like the toys do in the movie.
Andy's coming, everybody! Back to your places, hurry!
Sadly, this is proven to be false, and a Disney spokesperson explained that although it would be a fun trick, the idea of seeing these giant characters flopping around on the ground isn't something the company wants to promote in their parks. However, just because it doesn't happen all the time doesn't mean some Disney employees haven't had a little fun, as there is reportedly some video evidence of these characters acting out the "Andy is coming" moment. Tinkerbell is based on Marilyn Monroe. Peter Pan is one of the most famous Disney movies of all time, and the story of the boy who never grows up has sparked numerous spin-offs and reboots. Peter Pan also introduced us to Tinkerbell, one of the most mischievous characters Disney has ever created, and she also happens to be at the center of a popular fake rumor. For years, it has been believed that the magical pixie from Peter Pan was modeled after the famous actress Marilyn Monroe.
Haven't you ever noticed it?
But this is actually completely untrue. In fact, Tink was actually modeled after Margaret Kelly, the actress behind the animated character. Frozen Walt. For years, it has been believed by many that Walt Disney was cryogenically frozen after his death, which is a pretty creepy idea. The popular myth actually states that Walt Disney was frozen and stashed underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride inside the Disney park. But thankfully, this is nothing but an old wives' tale. The story of Frozen Walt has been proven false, as there is thorough documentation showing that Walt was cremated just 2 days after his death. This is a very strange rumor, and we have to wonder who started it and why. Disney conspiracy, perhaps?
Oh dear.
Tower of Terror. The Tower of Terror is one of the best rides at Disney World, but there's been a rumor circling the famed attraction that has made it even more terrifying. Proof that the Tower of Terror was really haunted surfaced in a YouTube video allegedly showing a ghost on the ride during an after-hours maintenance check. Unfortunately, while this was a cool video, it doesn't confirm any paranormal activity. The video looks more like some dust and reflections, but we can see how people could be tricked by this hoax. We're guessing that this rumor has only made the ride more popular, and we suspect it may have even been a clever marketing ploy created by Disney itself. Donald Duck. This rumor is definitely one of the most bizarre ones that we've ever heard, but unfortunately, it is totally phony. A few years ago, there was a story circling around that the famous Disney duck was completely banned in Finland due to the fact that he wears no pants. While this rumor is nuts, the real story is even weirder, as it turns out to be a fake story that was propagated by the media in an effort to make the Finnish Liberal Party look crazy and overprotective. We understand that politics can be a game of manipulation sometimes, but please, please leave Donald Duck and his wacky antics out of it.
Long live the king.
Lion King. It's a well-known fact that Disney likes to slip some adult jokes and messages into their films, but it turns out that audiences may have been tricked into thinking something in The Lion King was much dirtier than it actually is. For years, people have believed that the word sex appears on screen, made up of dust floating in the air, but this is actually false. The dust does spell out a word, but that word is actually SFX. Why? Well, this is actually a sneaky shout out to the special effects department that worked hard on the film. Now, we can't blame people for getting this one wrong though, as the two words are admittedly very similar.
Did you know that? No, me? I didn't know. No, did you? No, of course not. No.
So there you have it. There's our rumor-busting list of 10 false Disney facts adults always thought were true. We apologize if we busted anyone's bubbles here, but the truth must be told. Which one of these myth-busting stories shocked you the most? What other Disney rumors have you heard about?
And the answer to the movie emoji is... Did you get the right answer? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to ScreenRant for more fun videos like this one.